sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so we're going to be diving into Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance today.
Okay.
And, everyone was talking about that Gloria jacket, right? But there's this smaller detail I think most people missed.
Yeah.
That I think is even more fascinating.
Yep.
It's the A necklace he was wearing.
Interesting.
We've got this article from people.com about Lamar's style choices for the performance.
Okay.
And what I want to unpack today with you is kind of the hidden meaning behind that.
Good.
It's a clue to a pretty famous feud. And trust me, the story gets juicy.
All right, I'm ready.
So I think right off the bat, we can connect this necklace to a line from Lamar's song, Not Like Us.
Okay.
Where he raps, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor.
Oh, yeah.
Now, did you catch that wordplay when you first heard it?
I have to admit, I didn't.
Oh, really?
I didn't catch it at first.
Wow. Okay.
But it's so clever, though.
Yeah.
Like using music terminology.
Yeah.
Just throw that dig in there.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
But for those of us who aren't maybe as fluent in music theory,
Right.
What's the significance of A minor here?
So it's all about this like double meaning.
Okay.
On the surface, he's just talking about trying to make an impact, strike a chord.
Right.
But then by saying it's probably A minor,
Yeah.
he's implying something else.
Okay.
Like a darker, more melancholic tone.
I see.
And that's where that connection to Drake comes in.
Yeah.
So like Us is widely considered to be a diss track aimed at Drake.
Yeah.
And like their rivalry is basically like hip hop legend at this point.
Right. And this isn't just some friendly competition.
Yeah.
This people.com article goes into some pretty intense lyrics from that song.
Okay.
Like Lamar calls Drake a colonizer.
Wow.
Which, in the context of their feud, it seems to be about this cultural influence and power dynamic.
Right. The term colonizer has such a loaded history, and to use it here definitely, adds a layer of complexity to their rivalry.
Yeah.
Because it suggests that Lamar sees Drake as someone who appropriates or exploits Black culture for his own gain.
And then there's the line, certified lover boy, certified pedophiles.
Oh, wow.
I mean, whoa, right.
That's heavy.
Direct reference to Drake's 2021 album, Certified Lover Boy.
Right.
And, that's a serious accusation.
Yeah.
Did Lamar actually say that part during the Super Bowl performance?
He didn't.
No.
He omitted that line.
Okay.
Which is interesting given the huge audience and the platform of the Super Bowl.
Right.
So it seems like he was aware of the potential controversy.
Yeah.
But then he shows up with this A necklace.
Right.
And it's suddenly like, after hearing the song, it's a lot less innocent.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
Like he's saying, I might be keeping it PG for the Super Bowl, but the message is still there.
Totally. It feels like a calculated move. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like he knew that even without saying the lyric, the necklace would be enough to keep people talking.
Exactly.
And of course it worked.
Yeah, it's playing with the media and fan speculation.
Wow.
By wearing the necklace, he keeps the feud in the spotlight without directly addressing it on the Super Bowl stage.
Right.
And speaking of things escalating,
oh boy,
let's talk about what happened after the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Drake actually filed a lawsuit against his own label, Universal Music Group.
Wow.
Over this song.
Okay, so Drake filed this lawsuit in January of 2025.
Yeah.
And he doesn't hold back at all.
Nope.
He claims that Universal Music Group approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit.
Wow.
Out of a rap track that falsely accuses Drake of being a pedophile and calls for violent retribution against him.
Oh my God.
So basically he's saying his own label is trying to destroy his reputation.
Yeah.
Wow, that's heavy. So what did Universal Music Group have to say about all this?
Well, according to that people.com article,
okay,
Universal Music Group denies all of Drake's allegations. They're calling the lawsuit illogical.
Okay.
And their spokesperson stated that they would never intentionally harm an artist's reputation.
Okay.
They claim they intend to vigorously defend themselves
wow.
against what they see as a frivolous lawsuit.
It's like there are two totally different stories here.
Yeah.
To release a song with such a strong accusation,
right,
and then to call the lawsuit frivolous,
right,
it feels like there's more going on behind the scenes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There are definitely layers of complexity here. We've got two major artists, a powerful record label,
right,
and a song that's sparked a huge controversy.
Yeah.
It's a messy situation.
Yeah.
And the lawsuit really brings to light some important questions about the music industry as a whole.
For sure. Like, where's the line between artistic expression and potential defamation? And what responsibility do record labels have when it comes to managing conflicts between their artists?
Yeah.
Is it their job to step in and prevent this kind of thing from happening?
Right.
Or do they just stand back and let the drama play out?
Those are great questions.
Yeah.
And honestly, there aren't any easy answers.
Right.
On one hand, artists should have the freedom to express themselves creatively, even if that means taking shots at their rivals.
Yeah.
But when those shots involve serious accusations, things get murky.
Right, because then you have to consider the potential damage to someone's reputation.
Exactly.
And the role of the record label in all of this is so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Are they just trying to stay neutral?
Right.
Or are they secretly profiting from the controversy? I mean, all this drama definitely gets people talking and listening.
It's a classic dilemma.
Yeah.
Do they prioritize their artists' well-being?
Right.
Or are they ultimately more concerned with the bottom line? And the fact that Drake is suing his own label suggests a major breakdown in trust.
Totally.
He clearly feels like they've wronged him in a significant way.
And this whole situation really makes you think about the power dynamics at play here.
Yeah.
You've got these hugely successful artists,
Right.
but they're still operating within a system controlled by these massive corporations.
Yeah.
It's like a high-stakes game where the rules aren't always clear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this lawsuit could have major implications for the industry as a whole.
Right.
Depending on how it plays out, it could set a precedent for how record labels are expected to handle these kinds of disputes moving forward.
So we've got this intense feud, a controversial song, a lawsuit with potentially huge consequences, and a single A necklace that becomes the symbol of the whole mess.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's mind-boggling.
Like, it's a reminder that every detail, every choice an artist makes can be loaded with meaning, and sometimes it takes something like a deep dive to uncover those layers and truly appreciate the complexity of the situation.
This is why I love unpacking these stories. You start with something seemingly simple, and before you know it, you're down this rabbit hole of drama, legal battles, and big questions about the music industry.
What I was fascinated to peel back the layers and see what lies beneath the surface.
Yeah.
And in this case, what we find is a story that's far from over.
And speaking of things being far from over.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine what would have happened if Drake had shown up at that Super Bowl?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, the tension was already thick enough with just the necklace.
Oh, can you imagine?
Yeah.
The entire narrative of the performance would have shifted.
Right.
Instead of subtle jabs, we might have witnessed a full-blown confrontation on stage.
Wow.
It would have been the talk of the year, maybe even the decade.
It's crazy to think how one single decision, like whether or not to show up at an event, could have such a massive ripple effect.
It's true.
But going back to Kendrick, it seems like he played this whole thing pretty strategically.
Yeah.
He made his statement with the necklace, but kept things from getting completely out of hand by omitting the most controversial lyric.
He definitely walked a fine line.
Yeah.
It's a testament to his artistry, I think.
Yeah.
He managed to generate buzz and keep the feud in the spotlight without letting it overshadow his Super Bowl performance.
So what does all of this mean for you, the listener? What should we take away from this whole wild story?
Well, for me, it's a reminder that things aren't always what they seem.
Right.
Like, who would have thought a simple necklace could be the key to understanding this whole feud?
Exactly.
It makes you wonder what other hidden messages are out there.
Right. It shows how artists, especially someone like Kendrick Lamar, can be so intentional with every detail.
Yeah.
Even their fashion choices.
It makes you want to go back and re-examine everything they've done, looking for those subtle clues and layers of meaning.
Totally. And beyond the artistry, this whole situation really highlights the power dynamics at play in the music industry.
Right.
It's a good reminder that behind all the glitz and glamour, there are these complex relationships and power struggles happening behind the scenes.
Exactly. We often see these artists as these like larger-than-life figures.
Right.
But they're still navigating a system that can be incredibly challenging, even for someone at the top of their game like Drake.
Yeah.
This lawsuit shows that even with fame and fortune, there's still a vulnerability there. a risk of being exploited or manipulated.
And it makes you think about the responsibility we have as listeners, too.
Right.
Are we just passively consuming this drama?
Yeah.
Or are we engaging with it critically?
Exactly.
Are we thinking about the larger implications, the ethical questions, the power dynamics that are all wrapped up in this story?
It's a good challenge, isn't it?
It is.
To move beyond just enjoying the music and the gossip.
Right.
And really consider the context, the motivations, the consequences of what's happening. It's like, we can enjoy the show, but maybe we shouldn't ignore the man behind the curtain.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, where do we go from here?
Right.
What's the next chapter in this saga?
Well, the lawsuit is still pending. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
It could have a major impact on the way record labels operate.
Right.
And the relationships they have with their artists.
Yeah.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe this will inspire some incredible new music from both Drake and Kendrick.
That would be amazing.
Perhaps we'll get some answers or maybe even more questions.
I have a feeling this is far from over.
Right.
This feud, this story.
Yeah.
It's like a song that keeps playing, evolving, adding new verses.
Right.
And we, the listeners, get to be part of that evolution.
Yeah.
You know, analyzing the lyrics, debating the meaning, trying to figure out what it all means.
So stay tuned, right?
Exactly.
Because the music world is full of these stories, these hidden narratives, these power plays that are unfolding all around us.
Yeah.
And sometimes all it takes is a single detail, a necklace, a lyric, to unlock a whole world of intrigue and complexity.
And that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
To dive deep and uncover those hidden gems.
Right.
To make sense of the chaos and connect the dots.
Exactly.
So until next time, keep listening, keep thinking, and keep those ears open for the next clue.
Great advice.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of.